Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the right side of campus. It is Thursday, October 24th, 2019. Hope you're having a great day. Another day, another dollars, they say. It's sports betting. It's Thursday. We got a lot to do. Got two football games tonight. I know I made a three, but it's two. We got college, SMU Houston. We also have an NFL game, Redskins and Vikings. We'll break all those down for you in just a little bit. We'll look ahead to the NBA card tonight, just three games, and we'll start to get a better grip of the weekend in college football and the NFL. Donnie, how you doing today?
Doing good. Actually, I forgot about that. We do have SMU Houston tonight. That should be a decent one to watch here, along with a ass kicking in the NFL tonight. So
I actually do have a play for that game, SMU Houston, which I've already bet. I'll break down why I like it. Donnie, how are you? How was your night last night?
We're doing good. Chilling, relaxing. I was actually for the last hour getting a kick out of it. I love ESPN Classics, one of my favorite networks, and just watching some of these old football games, rivalry style. So much fun to watch, man. How the game has evolved for the worse, I might add, but it is what it is. It's fun to relive some of that stuff.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Speaking of that kind of stuff, I actually was just watching, for whatever reason, on my YouTube, Donnie, the NBA Hall of Fame enshrinement ceremonies come up, and the Michael Jordan one came up, and Michael Jordan was probably the first basketball player I ever fell in love with as a young kid. I was like 7 or 8 when Michael Jordan, when he won. Remember when his dad died in '96 and he won the finals that year? That was kind of when I really fell in love with Michael Jordan. And then they won a few in a row. And listen, there's no comparison. Michael Jordan is the best basketball player ever. It would have to, Donnie, be
His dad died in '93, though. You talk about the first one, I guess, when he was out in L.A., when he was crying with the trophy in his hand.
Yeah, the first one he won.
Yeah.
I think he had taken a year off, and then he came back. That was the first one he had won. Then they won.
No, he didn't take a year off. He took a year off of basketball after they won 3 championships. No, and then he won 3 in a row.
When his dad died, he took a year. Whatever he took off. He took some time off after the dad died.
No, he didn't.
Okay, then the enshrinement thing's wrong, Donnie. I guess we want.
Well, I mean, his dad died in '93. He didn't take a year off in '94. He took a year off after that last championship was it? I think
93. He took a year. I'm telling you, look it up. It was '93 to '94.
You might be right. You might be right on that.
That's what they told me in the documentary.
No, you might be right on that. Yeah.
So that was when I kind of really fell in love with Mike. As I said, LeBron's really good and Kawhi's really good and all is really good. But Donnie, no one's winning 6 championships in 8 years. That's just
come on, man.
That ain't gonna ever happen.
No.
Michael's the best because he's the.
And if he didn't step away, what was it going to be? 8 in a row? I mean, nobody was beating him. Nobody.
Sure. No, you're 100% right. That was something I enjoyed getting in a rabbit hole this morning, looking that stuff up. But welcome everybody in. Hope you're having a great day so far. Donnie, tomorrow, look forward to it if you're out there. Keeneland. We head back to Keeneland for a couple races. Donnie and I will do our Friday races. We'll try to find some winners. Even though, Donnie, I'm getting involved today, and there's a race in 4 minutes that I've already bet.
Right.
But we will not go down that rabbit hole because we'll never get out of it. I will share it, though. I took the 6 in race 1 to place or win. Marshall Eagle, Donnie. I have to play an Eagle horse, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's only good karma for the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
So, again, Keeneland, race 1. It starts in a minute and a half. I took the 6, Marshall Edge. All right, and it is 7-2 currently. All right, Donnie, let's get into our morning headlines today. Our first one is Rob Drake is in the news. And I know it was funny because you said to me, who the hell is Rob Drake?
And
Rob Drake is a major league umpire. The MLB is looking into his tweets. A longtime umpire. He's been an ump for many years. According to Jeff Passan, Major League Baseball is looking into a since-deleted tweet by Drake. He was quoted as saying last Tuesday that he planned to buy an AR-15 assault rifle because if you impeach my president this way, you have another civil war. Hashtag MAGA 2020. Listen, Donnie, we don't care about political views. If you like Trump, you don't. It doesn't matter. We all have our own opinion. We live in America. But as an umpire, as a public figure, as someone that represents the MLB, this kind of behavior – and we can lump this into the Astros guy that said something about somebody's domestic violence. We can, are we actually making up jokes about like going to war. Like this is just odd behavior, and Rob Drake's got to be disciplined for this.
Yeah, it's interesting because, we give a lot of latitude to the players, but the umpires and the behind-the-scenes guys are supposed to be silent on anything that could cause any controversy because they're not the show. You know what I mean? Like, you could stand up for what you believe in if you're a player, but the guys behind the scenes, we're not even supposed to know your name, which is so funny, which I knew the story. And yes, I'm looking at the rundown. I'm like, you know what I mean? What's this guy's actually name? Who is this guy? That's what it's supposed to be like. We're not supposed to know these guys like Joe West out there and all these nonsense. That's such an idiotic. He needs to be reprimanded, not because of actually what he said, because he's an idiot. How about that?
And I think that's the problem, Donnie, with like any umps or any refs or any officials. Like, we know too many of these guys by name. Like, we know
with his guns. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean guns, but it's obviously his biceps.
Like, what do you fucking clowns not get, umps? It's not about you.
Major League Baseball, Major League. If you did an anonymous poll, Jeff, Major League umpires would think that most of the crowd actually came to see them as opposed to Mike Trout.
No, and it's crazy, and it's like, I've said it for years, Donnie. I put umps like in the same like retrospect as like cops. Like, you really don't want to deal with them. They're kind of in that same, they're kind of fake tough guys.
Power trips. Why would an official have a power trip? An official's supposed to diffuse the situation. Forget about like the Steve Jabbies in the past. The NBA refs are fantastic. The NHL refs are fantastic. They will give and take. They'll have a conversation with you. But the ump, you can't even have a conversation with an ump because they take it as disrespect. Hey, man, that wasn't a strike call right there. Say it again. Say it again. Get out of here.
It's almost like, hey, sir, why are you pulling me over? I want your fucking ID now.
Yeah, like Jesus. Like, can't we just be civil? Like, hey, man, I'm going to tell you in a minute. You missed that call. All right, we'll talk about it later. Not like, let me take my mask off. Go ahead and say it again.
Yeah, it's a test me, motherfucker. See what happens.
I'll throw you out. Like, imagine, like, they have the power to throw you out of the game as opposed to you don't have. A player should have the power, Jeff, to throw an umpire out of the game.
I remember, Donnie, Teddy Valentine, that shithead.
Oh, man.
He threw Mick Cronin out one time because Mick Cronin kind of like stepped him just a little bit. Yeah. And like Valentine stepped towards Tim, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, you're like inciting me.
Like, can you imagine? Like, everybody gets heated arguments, but the best referees know if they like missed a call, and a coach, look, you missed that call, and you know what happens, Jeff? Good referees after like a TV timeout, and they say it, hey, Mick, I actually missed that call, man. I apologize. And coaches love that. They won't be like, you son of a bitch, I knew it. They'll be like, you know what? I respect that. Let's just get the next call right. But those refs that are so indignant where they won't even watch the replay, like Teddy Valentine, how many times have you seen him holding the basketball under his arm with the whistle like right here, and he's just waiting at a TV timeout, knowing that those replays are going on? He don't care. He was right regardless of the replay. Doesn't matter.
No, you're totally right. No. It's a real issue. And Donnie, the 6, who was in first the entire race, just died.
Why we get? Yeah, what's up with that, man? We got to see these closers, man.
The 6 just died. He was in first or second, like the whole time. He just dies around the turn.
So Jeff, the jockey might have been in on it then.
Yeah, something's going on there. All right, let's not get into Keelan. We'll go back to that tomorrow. Okay, Donnie, let's get into some managerial changes. The Philadelphia Phillies have hired Joe Girardi. Listen, I think we all were well aware this was probably going to happen. It's a good move by the Phillies. The question is, I think as long as Matt Klentak and Andy McPhail are calling the shots, it's hard to really expect any crazy organizational changes. I mean, you got to give Joe Girardi some ability to make decisions here. I mean, this is a great manager with a pedigree, a winning pedigree. And Donnie, I know the Paisans down in South Philly are happy about this hire. You get a Paisan in the manager's booth.
I love it. I mean, it's when people, well, this and that. And you just give me a manager that understands the commonality of the game and doesn't try to outsmart himself and make the right moves. You know what else I like too, Jeff? Is there a bigger media market that you can be in New York City and handle yourself as good as Joe Girardi did? He'll be fine here. We won't get the pitcher, I hope, batting in the 8th spot. Bryce Harper won't be, batting first one day and 7th the next day. Just give me a manager back, because we've had Pete Mackanin, we've had, Gabe Kapler, Ryan Sandberg, like guys like learning on the job. Get the hell out of here with that. Thank you, Phillies. Thank you. Thank you, John Middleton, who actually went out and probably paid the guy.
Yeah, really a great decision here. I don't think anyone's going to have any issue with it. I don't think you'll find one person that has any sort of problem with it. Donnie, I do want to go on a fucking rant about the San Diego Padres, a team that annoys the fuck out of me. You know why the Padres are never fucking good?
Because they are small market and they act small market.
Right,
that's
because
why.
We're going to go out and try to find our own guy. This is the sixth straight manager, Donnie, with no experience that they're hiring. As far as I can tell, this is a pathetic decision. Who the fuck are these people they're bringing in? This guy's a fucking winter league manager. I don't even know what the hell he does for the Padres. What the hell are they thinking with this crap?
Dude, you know what I actually like about this too, Jeff, is when we talk about it. Like, this is going so far as, hey, GMs, you think you can manage the game? Why aren't you the GM and the manager then at the same time? Because when they do these hires, doesn't it make it sound like, well, it's just protocol. We have a manager. I'm going to set the lineup before the game, and I'll let somebody know like the pitching matchups we want before the game, and you just read like a card. That's not, a manager is built on feel and skill with the game. You're so right on this. And I look at the New York Mets, Jeff, who obviously are broke since Madoff. Joe Girardi would have been perfect for them. A big name manager would have been perfect. And I'm reading the list and I'm like, that guy's going to be cheap. That guy's going to be cheap. That guy's going to be cheap. And that guy's going to be cheap.
This is amazing, why these guys are losers and why they don't win anything. The Mets, the Padres, why they don't win anything. Because they're always, it's just always, and you know who they'll hire, Donnie? The Mets, they'll go hire Joe Espada or somebody. And it's like, well, he's just going to be another Terry fucking Collins or Mickey Callaway.
Yeah, like you hear like why? Like it's so like I understand. Like some of these guys might actually turn out to be good managers, but I think we've been down these paths way before, man.
Donnie, since Bud Black was hired in 2007, this will be the sixth manager in a row that has had no experience as a manager. Bud Black, Dave Roberts, Pat Murphy, Andy Green. If you want to throw Rob Barajas in there, that's seven. I mean, this is disgraceful. This is why they don't win. This is Donnie. Listen to these records: Bud Black 649 and 713, 47%. Dave Roberts is 0-1 in one game. Pat Murphy 42 and 54. Andy Green 274 and 366, and Rob Barajas 1-7. Like, laughable. This is why nobody gives a shit about San Diego fucking sports, because they do shit like this. Why don't they go out, Donnie, and hire Charlie Manuel, for God's sake?
It's the GM. No, I'm telling you, Jeff, it's this new wave of pocket protecting, computer pounding, calculator crunching GMs that want it done their way. So they put in
that one.
Like, I don't know, Jackson. I've been saying it for so long, it just like flows off the mind, like how angry I get. But they don't want a guy that's going to compound it. Like John Middleton went out and made this. It's pretty clear that Matt Klentak did not make this hire for the Phillies because he would have went with the ultra pocket protector. They tried it with Gabe Kapler. Hey, Gabe, I'm going to feed you the information. You just read off this computer sheet. Now they went back to a guy that said, you know what, Jeff Girardi's going to be down there. Hey, I was working on this algorithm, and if Bryce Harper bats sixth today, it's going to be really good. He's going to like, Klentak, get the fuck back up in your booth. Harper's batting third. Enough with. I don't want to hear it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, I like Joe Girardi in New York. I thought he kind of got a raw deal, to be real honest with you. Look, we got to remember, for the Phillies, Andrew McCutchen will be back next year. That was a big loss in the dressing room. Donnie, since they lost Andrew McCutchen, there was a 180. They totally went sideways as a team. So you get him back, you make some moves. You got to go out and get some pitching. Aaron Nola is a good pitcher, but he fell off. You got to go out and get some guys that can throw. We'll see if they can do that. One more Donnie baseball story. The Nats win again. They're 2-0 in this series. Up 2-0. What a surprise. And we talked about it yesterday. They can match Houston everywhere. Is there a big bullpen advantage? No. They can match them from starter perspective, and they're hitting right now. Donnie, look at the last couple champions. The Blues, the Raptors. All these teams that coming out of nowhere.
Yep.
This is how champions are made. Belief, direction, playing hot, hitting. They're putting up crooked numbers in this series.
Yeah, dude, they're up 2-0 in the other team's ball yard with the Astros, with their two horses on the mound that lost back-to-back. I got to tell you, man, it's really going to be uphill battle now if you're going to look at it from an Astros perspective. Now, they do have talent, and they can win, but I was actually surprised because it was one of those things again. I had to wake up to see the score because I was paying more attention to the Sixers. It was 2-2, and I really don't care who wins the series, to be honest with you. But it was really interesting to wake up. I'm like, wait a second, that game was 2-2, and it was that big of a blowout. That's crazy.
Also, if I get one more person in my DM telling me that Mattress Mac doesn't really care if he loses, get the fuck out of my DMs. Anybody cares you lose money. That's fucking stupid.
Is he really losing money? I don't even know if he's losing money.
It doesn't matter. It's money that he could have had that he's not going to have. It's that simple. Donnie, one other story I wanted to throw in. I wanted to not include this for a reason. Before we get to the NBA roundup last night, New Mexico Lobos quarterback Sherion Jones has been suspended indefinitely after an indecent exposure charge.
For who? To who was it? What are we talking about here? Do we know officially who it was for?
According to police reports, the incident took place on October 18th, a day before Jones started in a loss to Wyoming. A woman noticed a male driver cruising past her several times inside an on-campus parking structure. As she walked from her vehicle to the exit of the parking garage, the male then stopped his vehicle in the driving lanes. While approaching the vehicle, the woman noticed the man's front passenger window down. She asked, "Are you good?" The male subject responded, "No. Can you give me 10 seconds?" While approaching the passenger side window, the woman stated she immediately turned and walked away as she observed Jones pleasuring himself.
Oh man, there are some sick dudes, man. You never know like who dudes are. Jeez.
The report says the woman recognized the driver from social media and that police were able to use security footage from the garage to link the car's license plate back to Jones. According to reports, Jones had not been arrested and no warrant had been issued as of yet. He has been ordered to appear and enter a plea in Bernalillo County Metropolitan Court. So Davey told the Journal, the people that make those investigations, it's in their hands now. So he's since suspended, probably won't be back. That's some odd, weird, sexual deviant behavior, Donnie.
Yeah, and again, let's get back to Bob Davey, who after this came out said, well, Tavalo, I can't remember. Who's the backup quarterback? Tavalia or whatever his name is?
The Samoan.
Tavalo, yeah, exactly, the Samoan guy. But Bob Davey, his coaches just try to act like cooler than everybody else, and it's not a big deal. Said, this guy was going to start this weekend anyway, regardless of the suspension. Just tell the truth, man. Jesus Christ.
So New Mexico plays Hawaii this week. Points, yes. The question is, can the backup throw the football? Because, look, the problem with Hawaii is they can't stop the fucking run. So if I'm New Mexico, I just run the ball. But
they're both runners. Yeah, both those guys were good runners at quarterback.
I know I mentioned this, Donnie. I know you know New Mexico. You know that guy. So the dude was jacking off in his car. Yes, he was.
On campus. Good. Like, you didn't even take it off campus, buddy.
Right. Keep in mind, Jones, if you just went into your house and did it there, you'd have been fine.
Yeah, put on a DVD or surf the internet. You'd have been cool, man. You could have been starting this weekend and relaxing. But
Donnie, these people these people that do shit like this are fucking weird, man. Like real weird.
No, they're and we've talked about similar situations here, and it's really a sickness. Like, you have to be that crazed in your head, be like, you know what, I'm a starting quarterback on campus. You know, it's going to be awesome tonight. And I always wanted to do drive around with the windows down and pleasure myself and talk to women. Like, you got to be insane.
Yeah, this is some weird shit to do. Donnie, on the same wavelength, like I also never understood like people that like go out of the way to like have sex in their cars. Like, I don't get that.
No, there's weird dudes, man.
How is that like enjoyable at all?
That's the problem. Like, people like to like foot fed it. Like, you know what I mean? People are into weird stuff, man. Yeah. Weird.
Like that's just weird, yo. I don't care if the girl's a fucking 50. I'm not having sex with her in a car. I don't give a shit. Come back to my apartment that I have, and you can, my girl's coming here in a half hour. We ain't going in no car.
Yeah, you're gonna go out and drive around Lancaster, and like, maybe get in trouble. Yeah.
That's just pleasuring yourself in your car is a crime. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, fuck, man, these guys are stupid. I mean. Yes, when people are around, it is, dude. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, when the whole point is like you pull somebody over so they can come over and see you like that. That's what gets them. That's what gets Sherion Jones excited, Jeff. His pants are down and people come see him in the car.
Jansen, you really can't be that obtuse that you don't know that. Like, seriously. I mean, you really aren't that stupid.
Hal Abrams says Amish would enjoy that, Jeff.
First of all, I live in a city and there's no Amish anywhere near me. That's like saying because I live, like that's just I hate that. Like, oh, you're Amish because you live in I live in a city. Like I live in this city's tough. Like,
dude, Jeff just got internet out there. People, come on, give him a break.
Oh yeah. All right, let's move on from this subject.
Good bringing that up. Good job bringing that one up.
No, I just wanted. It's an important thing about a quarterback that might play this weekend. I wanted to bring it up. This guy starts talking about he thought that was legitimately okay. Like,
yes.
Jesus Christ, man. All right, Wednesday, Donnie, NBA roundup. It was a good night for me. I went 2-0 last night. Very happy. Minnesota got inside the number, Donnie. How about that? Kyrie Irving goes for 50. Looked like shades of Allen Iverson years ago, Donnie, when he used to go for 50 and they'd lose. I remember he dropped 58 one time and they lost.
Yeah.
Kyrie goes for 50. They lose last night. He couldn't do it all himself. That Timberwolves team, man, they're grindy, man. They grind it out. And I also, Donnie, get this one. I took Phoenix, and they crush the Sacramento Kings.
Who was favored in that game?
Phoenix was a 1.5-point underdog at home.
Right.
Denver got the job done against Portland. That was a pretty easy one. I probably should have bet that one also. The Sixers, Donnie, they looked good defensively. But I'm going to tell you right now, this team has issues scoring in the half court. They couldn't make – I would have shot a better percentage. Donnie, if you gave me, what was their percentage? You know offhand?
I don't know, but at one point it was like 3 for 25, I think. So it couldn't have been too good.
I probably, Donnie, and I mean this, if you gave me 25 threes, I could make 5.
Yeah. No, it was real. And I'm talking about when they're pulling up for 3, you're like, why are they doing this? And clanking. There was some air balls, just straight horrible bricks. Not until I guess that there was a little spurt with 2 threes, I think late in the third quarter. It was like a 4-point game. I think Tobias Harris hit one and Korkmaz might have hit one. I was like, finally, they actually hit some threes, man.
I was pretty dialed in last night, Donnie. We did our show last night, and I mentioned Detroit. They win outright. Donnie, listen to this handicap, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I capped the Magic game at 9.5, okay?
Mm-hmm.
At the time of our filming, it was at 8.5. I told people, stay off it. I want 9.5, not 8.5. You know what it fell?
What?
9.
Yeah.
So if you get 9.5, you won. You got 8, you lost.
Yep.
It's power of the number.
8.5, yeah.
Miami, they blow out the Grizzlies. Grizzlies hung around in that game. But
no Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that's a big win for Miami. Justice Winslow was awesome. Everyone kind of came to play last night for them. Knicks get a cover against the Spurs. That was, I think, too many points in that game. Wizards hang. There was a lot of upsets last night. Wizards hung around and got a cover. What else do we have? We also had the Charlotte Hornets, Donnie, the team that many believe is the worst team in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Bulls last night. How about that? And then one other one I'm missing. I don't remember.
Jeff, by the way, if you work on your game all summer and you take videos and you're firing threes left and right, I look at the Sixers box score at the end of the night. Everybody who played more than 1 minute on the entire roster, centers, Kyle O'Quinn, all took 3-pointers except one guy who said he worked on the 3-pointer all summer long.
Yeah, Ben Simmons.
Yeah. By the way, you know what I question about that too? I hear all this, I put hours and hours and hours and hours into it. You know what I say to his trainer? Why did you waste time all summer? You could have been actually working on something that he was going to put into play. It'd be like a football player just, working on his biceps the entire time instead of throwing routes. Why did you even practice a single 3-pointer in anything you did in the summer if you're never going to use it? And that's what the joke was last night, Jeff, the 10-1 to make a 3-pointer. And I was right. It should have been 10-1 to just attempt a 3-pointer.
Yeah, no, I don't know why.
It's a joke. It's a flat out joke. And I think it's one of those things too, where he's going to just stick it to everybody. I worked on it, but I don't feel like doing it anyway. It's out.
I mean, not for nothing.
I can't take it. He did, but we talked about it yesterday. It's going to come back to roost when you get a really good ball club that's sicking their teeth into you on defense, and they're laughing at your point guard by sagging into the lane because they know he wants you to 3. And he doesn't. He's not smart enough or a team enough guy to understand that principle is outrageous.
I agree with you. Donnie, on one other piece of news from the NBA last night, Markelle Fultz. 23 minutes, you had 12 points, 6 assists. Yeah. Listen, that's a very nice game for Markelle Fultz. I'll tell you right now, Donnie, he is going to be a player for them. Watch out. For whatever reason, He just couldn't get it done here, surprisingly enough. I love his game. He plays like a Philly ball player back in the day. He's got that bounce to him. I love the kid. I hope he has some good success. I didn't love him here. He was an annoyance, but it's good to see he's doing well. All right, let's move on, Donnie. Quickly for me, if I had to play one game in the NBA tonight, I don't know if I'm going to. I kind of like the Bucks tonight, getting 1.5 against the Rockets. As we know, a lot of people love these public teams, Houston, the Clippers. Donnie, you got the whole world on the Rockets. The line's dropped to 1.5. Mm-hmm. I think chemistry is going to be a concern early with Westbrook and Harden, all the scoring. There's only one ball there. Mm-hmm. Bucks just a good team. Anytime they're getting 1.5, I have interest. Their defense is going to be good. Giannis is obviously the best player on the court. I kind of like this one. Kind of looking towards the Bucks here. Want to see if I can maybe grab a 2. Maybe it'll go back to 2. But that's really the only thoughts I have in the NBA. If I do anything, I might even consider like a second half play in that Clipper Warrior game, maybe a live bet. I'll try to get it out, but I try to stay away.
Yeah, the late game actually looks pretty fun. That Clippers Warriors game. And by the way, I don't know if I'm not a Golden State Warriors fan, but I do watch the Golden State Warriors. I got to tell you, like, they moved from Oakland across the bay back into San Francisco, right? Big, new, beautiful building, cost $1 million just to, like, sit in there and order food from what I'm hearing. And, it's incredibly expensive. But why did they disrespect Oakland, Jeff? Because we all saw Oracle, a great old barn arena, loud as all get out, old and junky, but it was their place and that a huge home court advantage. But you know what you never saw, Jeff, when you're watching the Golden State game? It said Oakland on the court. So now they go to San Francisco, Jeff, and one of the baselines says San Francisco. Like, why would you just disrespect Oakland, who was good to you all those years?
Donnie, I got to tell you, you know more about stadiums than anyone I've ever.
I love stadiums. I recognize stuff. By the way, the Sixers court, Jeff, is absolutely dope, man. It's all the Sixers did a really good job with the scoreboard and the arena. But
the snake thing, I don't understand.
It's the snake things dates back to the Revolution, like all the pieces cut, like the 13 colonies. It's a whole backdrop, which is why they put it on the court, because they want people to be like, I wonder what that's even for. That's what
I think they should bring back that Hopper bunny, that bunny.
Oh no, what the hell was his name? It wasn't Hopper. Shit, his name was oh my God.
I need to know because it will bother me. Hip hop.
Yes, Jesus, yes. Man, I can't believe
that thing was dope, man. I love that thing.
Hip hop
and those uniforms are clean, man. That blue Sixer uniform that Iverson used to wear. That fucking
that was the best. Those were awesome. I actually like the Sixers uniforms now, but the Iverson era Sixers uniform was awesome.
You bring those back, I'm in.
They're rocking the blacks, like with the sort of like tank top. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, those are fat.
Yep.
By the way, tonight with the Warriors, this bench is really thin tonight for the Warriors. I don't really know who you go to tonight. Donnie, Stephen Curry, D'Angelo Russell, Glenn Robinson, Draymond Green, Kevin Looney. Kevin Looney, I believe, is questionable though. Marquise Chris day-to-day. Willie Cauley-Stein's out. I don't know who you go to here. They really don't have much really outside of Eric Pascal. Mm-hmm. This is a concern tonight for the Warriors. This could be a game where they kind of break down late in the game. Yeah. I don't really look to want to fade the Clippers. This line seems a bit low to me. I have some interest in the Clippers, but people use that emotional thing, new stadium for the Warriors, that kind of crap. Any thoughts on the Pistons tonight? No, I mean, they're on a back-to-back. That's tough. I actually like Atlanta. They're another team, though. Kevin Huerter's out, a couple guys out. I don't have much on the card tonight. If I had to play it, I'd look towards the Bucks. I'll see if I end up playing it later. All right, Donnie, let's get into the NFL and college games tonight. Mm-hmm. Let's get that NFL game out of the way. Not a ton to really wet our teeth into here.
The game's going up, too. Like, the line's actually going up, which is interesting.
I think some things to keep in mind here, Donnie, is obviously the Vikings, just sheer success at home in that building. Kind of amazing, Donnie. As non-divisional home favorites, the Vikings have covered 19 of 21.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing stat.
Yeah.
I mean, they're unbelievable at home. They're unbelievable as favorites. Mike Zimmer and this group just get it done there. And, Donnie, you look, since they've kind of changed the playbook around, kind of throwing the football a lot more, I mean, Kirk Cousins has been very good. You'd love Thielen in this matchup. I think if you have Thielen, you drop 35 plus.
Yeah.
With the ability of those guys and then the secondary receivers. Washington just struggling against anyone. Tight ends, doesn't matter. If I had to play this, I'm laying the points. The Redskins are horrific. I mean, I have no reason to think they can move the ball. I mean, what do you think? 13 points from them tonight? I could see an over, too. I could see 31-14, something like that. 38-13. I could see that.
I actually like the under in this game, Jeff, the under 42. And the reason –
What, do you think they're going to get shut out?
It's not so much for the – because – what I mean is you need somebody to push Minnesota. And Thielen is wide open every play. He's going to be out. So now what can you do with a decent defense? Washington doesn't have a great defense, but you can roll coverage over so you don't get that deep ball and like Laquan Treadwell. You're going to lean on the running game, which Washington does have a decent front seven and can slow Dalvin Cook a little bit. But it's just one of those things where if you had somebody to push Minnesota, like they knew they needed to score a lot against the Philadelphia Eagles. They knew they needed to score against Detroit because Detroit kept coming at them. Well, how's Washington going to come out, Jeff? Even like Pro Football Focus, 28th ranked offense, 30th in the NFL with 13 points per game, 29th overall in yards, Jeff, and 31st overall in passing. Now, look, you did have a game last week that was in the rain, so some of those numbers are going to take a hit, but yards per play under 5. You're going against an elite defensive coordinator on one side with a healthy defense. I don't know where the points you're going to get. You have Adrian Peterson, who's an old man already, has 2 sprained ankles. You're already down your tight ends. You don't have Chris Thompson out of the backfield to try to give you a little bit of a breakaway threat for a dump-off pass. Yeah, Case Keenum's coming home. Yeah, he's going to be real excited to play this game. I just see it as where I don't think Washington's going to score that many points, but it's one of those games, Jeff, where I'm looking at the Minnesota Vikings. I'm saying they're never really going to be threatened in this game. It's a Thursday game. Let's not get banged up. Let's just get the win and move on, which 17 is a lot of points to cover. I actually like the 17 more than I would the over in this game. I could just see Minnesota scoring somewhere, Jeff, in the high 20s in this one. Washington 13, 14 points and just be done with it,
Yeah, Donnie, I will say I found something that I think you can understand here. Action Network did a great thing about this game, and they talked about how the Redskins against opposing number 1 receivers, they're actually number 1 in the NFL in pass defense. Yeah. They've locked down the number 1 receiver. Keep in mind, though, no Josh Norman tonight.
He's been horrible this year, though.
Right.
He's been really
That's
bad.
going to take a hit, though. But you look at against number 2 receivers and everyone else.
Yeah.
It's number 2 receivers. They're dead last in the NFL.
Yeah.
And against supplementary receivers, so the 3 and other ones, they're 28th. So they're struggling against really everybody. Yeah. Throw Kyle Rudolph in there. Throw Irv Smith in there. Throw Dalvin Cook out of the backfield and up the, running the ball. And I'm laying the points. I think you're right. I think the score will be a little, 31-13 maybe, where it'll kind of be right around that number. 16.5 would be great if I could get it. I'd be interested here.
Yeah, Juke says, Donnie, isn't the philosophy is the home team? It is home. I mean, does anybody think the home team's going to lose tonight? So.
I think he means against the number.
No, yeah. 17 it's one of those things too, like 16, maybe you liked it a little bit better. It means you have to win by 3 touchdowns, but you'd like to say why not? Because I don't see Washington. It's like Zimmer is really good. That defense, Jeff, overall, 6th in the NFL in giving up points, 7th overall in yards per play, 6th in total yards against a really inept offense. I just can't see Washington putting enough plays together to try to challenge him. I just don't see it.
Donnie, keep in mind right now at U-Wager, you can get 16.5.
Yeah.
You can also lay 108 and get it at 5 dimes as well. So if you're looking to lay the 16.5, Heritage also has 16.5. Yep. So there's some books out there that you can get it at. All right, Donnie. So we're in agreement. I think in a way, I think we all agree that the Vikings are probably going to have some success throwing the football tonight. Team total, Donnie. That could be a way to look at this game. You're not worrying about Washington really at all. Just worrying about the Minnesota offense, which we know will likely move the ball. You look at this team total for the Minnesota Vikings at home. You got a 29.5. Not the best number.
Ooh.
I think they get into the 30s.
I don't think they do because I don't think they're like there's no stress. When there's a game with no stress, you sort of just take your foot. Like the last game for the Patriots and the Jets, right? If the Jets were scoring, the Patriots would have been in the 50s in that game because they could have done whatever they want. But there comes a point where it's like, dude, this team, we're up double digits. They ain't doing jack here. Let's run the football and get out of here. That's just the way I see it.
Minnesota's 60 plays a game. One of the pretty slow.
Yeah, and you're taking away. Like Thielen is so again because you get Diggs, you can still hit big shots. You got the running back Dalvin Cook can hit big shots, but Thielen is wide open every single play. Like when you need 3rd and 7, you throw. He makes the catch. It's a toe tap on the sideline. It's a ridiculous catch over the middle. You take that away, and now you put that. Laquan Treadwell's coming back, who stinks. And Stephon Diggs is really that deep guy. If you roll coverage, you can slow it down. But again, Washington stinks. So
I'll make a prediction, 28-10.
I like it. I like that prediction.
It's kind of where I'm thinking.
Yeah, me too.
Let's move on. Let's go to college football. You got SMU, who this number continues to go down. SMU currently a 13.5-point favorite. Total is 65.5. I took this SMU team total over, Donnie, 40. I have no reason to think Houston can stop SMU. Houston's, I believe, a bottom 5 defense in the country, bottom 10 defense in total defense. This team stinks. They can't stop anybody. I worry about their quarterback tonight, whether it's Clayton Tune or whoever. I think it's going to be a lot of short drives. This SMU defense is better than people give them credit for. Donnie, the great thing about SMU, all they do is throw the ball. They're top 10 in passing offense. Shane Buechele has just been an absolute cannon. I believe they scored 40 or more in every game this year outside of one, and it was the first game of the season. You also look at Donnie tonight. I said this to you, and I was blown away about this. The number 1 plays per game team in the country is SMU. They run a ton. Donnie, last game, 111 plays.
That's amazing. No, you said that. You said that's what I said. That was my response was like, without even watching the game, how is that possible? And my God, is Temple going to be winded? I guess.
Yeah, I don't understand how that's even feasible. But that, again, they're number 1 at running. They go quick. You're gonna have a lot of opportunities to score in this game. SMU, a good G5 team. Now they're gonna try to run it up. Mm-hmm. These teams kind of have to think that they're gonna, they can do something higher. So you got to kind of run this stuff up. This seems like a 45-13 type of game, to be real honest with you. I would laying the points here, and I would lean my play is over 40. I'm sorry.
And here's another one, Jeff. Thank goodness Houston has their own on-campus football stadium, which will be played in the elements, unlike the other Houston teams, Jeff, down there. So it should be a nice night, 72 degrees, light wind. Should be all right.
Someone asked me about rain. I throw a 30% chance of showers. That ain't going to turn me. I don't care about
turf
rain.
Too. It's turf too.
I don't care about rain. It's about wind. I don't want 24-mile-an-hour winds if I'm throwing the football. But that's where I'm going in this game. This would be my play that I'm on. I'm actually having a good college season. I think I'm 25-20 on the season.
Jeff, why does the Cowboys and the Houston Texans have a dome? I mean, what am I missing something here?
Why do they have?
Why am I? What am I missing? What am I missing? Where sports are supposed to be in the elements, and we got domes.
I've been on record
in nice weather.
I've been on record as saying I think every stadium in the country should have a dome.
You're crazy.
I don't
only for weather. Outside. Only for weather, though. Only for weather.
Right. I don't want to play outside. I want it inside. Sports should be played inside.
It's awful. That's just
basketball play inside. Hockey play inside.
If they have to, though, because you wouldn't even be able to have a game. Imagine basketball and 35-mile-an-hour winds, man. Actually, it would be kind of interesting because then you'd be like, Golden State's going to have to play in Philadelphia in 35-mile-an-hour winds.
It'd be wild. But no, I hate having to plan for weather. I kind of just feel a lot better when it's inside. Nothing stupid's going to go on.
Dude, I would hate the Eagles games, Jeff, though, in a dome. Honest to God, I would.
I think it's better. It's louder.
Yeah, but I mean, it is. Now, Grant, that is cheap as hell as well. So that's pretty cheap that you could be in a dome and just have that increased noise.
I mean, then
can you imagine like the Saints had to play at Tulane Stadium? They'd have half the home field advantage. Like,
I remember, Donnie, years ago, I went to the Seahawks-Eagles game. It was horrific. Lofa Tatupu had 3 interceptions in the game.
Yeah, Matt Hasselbeck and Reggie White night, and it was over by halftime.
Yeah, and it was freezing rain. It was terrible. It was a horrific game. And then from that day on, I just said, I have no interest in being somewhere like this when it rains.
No, I love it. I love it. I love when I have to.
Were you at that snow game?
Every game. I was at just about every. Before I was doing this full time, I was at every single game. I went to every one of those games, yes.
Read this comment on the screen.
What's that? NBA having to play in 13. Yes. See, that would be good. Like, imagine if they had to come out and, blow off.
It's like they're playing on sand.
Oh, man. See, no, that would be interesting, man.
Yeah, it would never happen. But,
yeah.
All right. I mean, to even talk about it happening is laughable. All right, Donnie. Any NFL quick hitters we have? What do we have going on?
Like for this weekend that we try to take a look at, break down, get some knowledge and information. I mean, there's a couple key, injury things you want to keep an eye on. I'm telling you right now, Jeff, I'm telling the people out there, the Sunday night football game Do not look past Kansas City just because Patrick Mahomes is out of this game. You had the perfect storm happen. Patrick Mahomes goes down mid-game. Matt Moore was still able to operate that offense. Since it was a Thursday night game, you get the extended time to get him ready. Andy Reid is a quarterback guru. Don't fall as, oh, man, look at us, 4 points, because now it looks like people are actually taking the medicine. It was at 4. Now it's back to 3.5. Don't sleep on the Kansas City Chiefs, Jeff. And especially, what actually like more than the game itself where the Chiefs possibly can cover? I'm starting to look at the Chiefs team total in this game because I still think they're going to be in the mid-20s and be able to cover it regardless of quarterback.
Yeah, the Chiefs. You think so? You're going to buy into Matt Moore, Donnie?
No, I'm not buying the situation of the game because I actually think the Chiefs are a live dog in this game. But I'm buying where Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to put up points. This isn't Joe Flacco in the Denver Broncos offense. They're going to be able to push the issue on offense. But Andy Reid in that Kansas City offense, Jeff, is going to be able to counterpunch. And I believe I was looking at maybe a 22.5, something like a team total for the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs can get that number.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. And that should be a great game. I had hope Mahomes plays. I mean, I have him in I need him in fantasy. I have him in fantasy.
I don't think he's going to play this week, but he's close to returning from what it looks like.
Let me ask you, Donnie.
Yeah.
So he's not going to play. So I have 2 quarterbacks in my roster that I picked up. Who would you start? Because both will have good matchups. Mm-hmm. Bridgewater or Rudolph? Rudolph has the Dolphins, who are the worst defense in.
Yeah, see, I think they might just run on the Dolphins, and I actually like Teddy Bridgewater because Teddy's going to be in the dome against a team that runs a million plays. He's going to have some chances, man.
That's what I'm thinking. I think I'm probably going to keep him in there.
Yeah,
but yeah, I need fucking Robert Woods to step up too. That fuck hasn't given me shit.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? Come on, what's up?
They're in that big time offense, and that fucking guy gets nothing. He's had one good game.
It's all Gerald Everett.
Yeah, right. Gerald Everett, Cooper Kupp, Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
By the way, Don, did you see that? Speaking of this, it's not really politics, but I thought it was funny. Did you see that? That dialogue between Zuckerberg and AOC.
I don't like it. We got to do it. So I think the sports gambling industry, with me and you included, Jeff, I think we have to take over like Capitol Hill and start running things and actually asking correct questions. And I don't even know what government does.
I'll tell you
anymore.
what about AOC.
I don't even know.
I get she's not everybody's cup of tea. I get that, but she's a fucking ox, man. She is. She doesn't take any shit, man. She's like, yo, Zuckerberg, what the fuck happened here? And he was clamoring. He didn't know what to say.
They keep bringing these people on Capitol Hill, and these, we're supposed to believe that these politicians are like, Greek gods where you can't go against them or something like that. I find it hilarious.
I'll tell you what, though, she's a bull. She'll say whatever. That new little group of them, they don't have a problem asking questions. I'll give them that. When does Breeze come back? I would think next week.
Yeah, he's trying to come back. If put it this way, you will know the ultimate selfishness of Drew Brees, Jeff, if he actually comes back this week and plays when he knows he's pushing it. Maybe he shouldn't come back yet, and there's a bye week, and you're favored by double digits. This isn't like, holy shit, Drew, we need you back this week. We've been struggling so bad, we can't lose this game. Drew, sit out. It's okay. It's okay. You're a huge stat guy, and you look at the bottom line every week, and you want more yards than you can have. Sit the hell out, relax, rest, and get ready.
Donnie, read that comment.
AOC is low-key smoke. Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something about AOC. And I'm not kidding, Donnie. If I had a choice of woman on earth, she'd be one of them. She is so fucking hot, man. She's so sexy, dude. Those glasses, the power,
glasses, the dumb comments.
She's so hot, dude. I love her. I think she's fucking gorgeous. I love her. I'm a big fan. I love her ditzy kind of powerful aura. I love it. It does things for me. I really like it. All right. Donnie, anything else tonight?
Tonight? No, not really. So
you got any plans tonight?
I don't have actually, I have to get my tux fitted tonight. So I got a nice little wedding weekend here. So
that's right.
And we've got rehearsals and tux fittings and
I gotta go out. I got her coming here. I gotta go out to Best Buy. I gotta get some stuff.
Then Best Buy. What are you getting at Best Buy?
A new TV.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
And then I gotta go. We're gonna go get sushi. which would be nice. She likes sushi, so
Yeah.
maybe go see my parents. I don't know.
Yeah, go to one of those puppy mills out there, man.
No, because then I'll have to buy her a fucking dog. No.
Yep, you have to come home with one.
No, we actually already did that. We went and saw some dogs that she wanted to get, and we couldn't find one. Now, Donnie, I don't know if I told you this, but my parents right now are building they're building a new house. And my parents are staying at a really nice hotel. They've been there for like a month now.
Yeah.
They have like a suite.
Uh-huh.
I got to give it to my mom, Donnie. I went to this fucking hotel the other day.
Well, wait a second. Did they sell their house already?
Yeah, we sold out.
Oh, gotcha.
We've moved out. They moved out.
Yeah.
We helped them move all their stuff out. And Donnie, my mom is she's this fucking room, Donnie.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it was a hotel room.
Yeah.
Like, it smelled like her house.
Yeah.
I don't know how she did it. It was fucking awesome. Like, I've never seen a hotel that clean.
Yeah.
She literally cleaned everything. Like, it made it like her own house. It looks awesome. Nothing like moms, man. They are so great, aren't they?
Yep, they are.
Moms, the
dinners. Best. You can run stuff by them. They tell you it's always going to be okay, regardless of what you did or what you're looking to do.
And if you tell them, don't tell dad, they don't.
Yeah, it's true. When dad would tell mom if he told him not to.
The worst thing my mom ever said to me was when I was a kid, she would say, "Wait till your father gets home." And I'd hear his truck roll around the street.
Yep.
I said, "Uh-oh, this ain't good." And I remember, and I don't care because, I mean, when we were kids, Donnie, you got hit. You know, your parents hit you.
Yeah, sure.
You did something stupid.
Yeah.
I remember twice my father hit me, and I never did that again. I never forgot it either.
Would you take out the three-wheeler or the quad out too long? Got beat on for it?
No, my little brother, he's 4 years younger than me, Donnie.
Yeah.
And my cousin and I were ganging up on him.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
We were throwing ice down his shorts.
Oh, sure.
Like fucking
wedging him. Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. And my brother's always been like, my dad's always like, he loves my brother. My brother's a lot like him. And I remember my dad came in and he said, I had 15 brothers and sisters. He goes, and we never, he goes, he's your brother. You're not supposed to fucking gang up on him. And he grabbed me and he,
How do you like this?
Yeah, he goes, you should be fucking supportive of him. You should beat up people for him. What do you, and I remember that was fucked up by me.
We all did that as kids, though, man. That's what we do.
Then one time, what else did I do? Well, I bought a phone in my dad's name. I've talked about that because we have the same name, right?
Yeah.
I got a phone plan in his name, and a couple months later, the bill comes. I had not paid it.
Yeah, of course.
And my dad's like a mob boss with punishments because you know how down in the mob they just kill you. They don't tell you it's coming.
Yep.
So I come down. I got my new phone. I sit down at the dinner table and he goes, "It's a nice phone. Where'd you get that?" I said, a friend of mine at school. It's prepaid. It's a Sidekick." And he goes, your mom told me something. She goes, she told me we got a bill from Sprint. She goes, "I don't have Sprint." I said, or no, T-Mobile. She goes, "I don't have T-Mobile." I said, "Yeah." I said, maybe I sent it to the wrong person. I don't know. He goes, "It's funny." He goes, "My name's on it." He goes, "That would happen to be the phone you got, would it?" And he goes, "Let me see that thing." Donnie, I'm not kidding. He snaps it in half. I swear to God. And I was just like, I was like 15 at the time. And I said, "Dad, why'd you do that?" He goes, "You little fuck." He goes, "You went out and got my name on this phone plan." My dad made me work. My dad's in the building business. And at the time he was a masonry contractor. My dad made me work a whole winter break, fucking carrying cinder block. Like,
yep.
I never did that again. I hated phones from then on.
That's good, man. You went out back in the day. We were out getting beepers and stuff.
Yeah, I went out and got a Sidekick. Yeah. Damn, the beepers. That was like when I was a little kid. I kind of missed that wave. We had two-way pagers, though.
Yeah, but this was like maybe like 93-ish. Like you had like pages, and you were really cool if you had like the clear pager. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was the second wave of that. We had the Motorola. They were like blue. They had like keyboards.
Yep.
Two-way pagers, they were called.
Yeah.
And then it went into Nextel, which was, around here in Philly, Boost we had. Yeah. Boost Mobile. And then it was Sidekicks. And I always had a Sidekick. Damn, man.
Yeah, I was devastated when the actual keyboards went away on the phones. Like you could knock out like a fucking paragraph in like 1 minute and it's
Yeah.
perfect. And I used to look at like when people would have like the I don't know, like when the BlackBerry started to change and you couldn't even fit your fingers on. Like, yo, I'll never want that. And now you can't. There's not even an option for that.
I remember when I was a kid, Donnie, we only could receive text. You couldn't text back.
Gotcha.
And it would like cost 20 cents a text.
Yep, sure.
Damn, man. I'm thankful that I grew up. That was the best era. Like
200 texts a month.
Yeah, right. Like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Man, that was the best, man.
Yep.
What a great era that was.
Yep.
All right, let's rock out here. Let's finish up the show. Tomorrow, Donnie, we'll get into the college and NFL cards. We'll start going forward to the weekend. And we'll do a little Keeneland, Donnie, tomorrow. We'll get into Keeneland. We'll maybe try to find some value and win some races. We did that last week, and it was kind of fun. By the way, if you want to know, the next race at Keeneland's in 43 minutes. If you care to opine on that. All right, Donnie, good luck tonight for me. I'm going to go with the SMU team total over 40. Already bet it. We'll also – what do you got, Donnie? Anything?
For what, tonight's game? I like the under in tonight's game. I do. I like under 42. I think it's the best on the card there.
Yeah, I think what's the number? 42 and a half, 43?
It looks like it's hanging at 42, but a little bit light. So it's mostly FanDuel's got 41 and a half, but the rest are 42 across the board.
Okay. All right, we'll go with those two. I also maybe have an NBA play later, keeping abreast on Twitter for that. We'll see what happens. Everyone have a great day. Thank you for watching. This is the Right Side of Campus. Make sure if you're new around here, you hit the subscribe button. Also, a programming note. If you didn't catch us on Twitter, no NBA show tonight. We only have 3 games on the card. Ski's working. I got to go out with my girl and do some stuff. We'll be back tomorrow, Friday, 6:30 Eastern. We'll go over that. Have a great night. Thanks for watching the show. See ya.